steal. I think that they're coming up. They're looking to get to a major. It's been a few attempts out, a few cracks of the whip, but this time, this has got to be the one, surely.
This has to be the one. That definitely has to be the one. And just to talk about what they said about, Mir in specific in the Vega Squadron guys, there's a lot of CIS action that we don't follow in the Western world, even though we clump them in with the European CS. Watch this play. Jumper gets caught off, aggressive, and JR's there to support, but goes down. There's a lot of talent we don't see. And one of the problems, I think, is that because there's so much roster changes amidst some of those teams, a lot of the good players like Mir or Electronic, for example, get picked up so quickly. We never see these lower teams develop. So we'll see if they can continue to show some impressive fashion in that sense. Bolt is going to take exactly the man I just mentioned, and Hutchi's going to go down at last. All 5 stay alive for Immortals. A very fast plan to be, and I don't think they were ready for that at all.
There it is. Quite a fast B approach. Absolutely right there. We do talk about this almost every game, and the T-pistol can be a very valuable part of the map to go to, especially if you feel like your players can out-frag and out-duel the opponents towards that CT bomb site. They don't hit the first shot there. They go aggressive into the CT, get taken down, and it's very difficult to recover that bomb site. Once the bomb's down, you have to go for a full retake with just the pistols. Crossfires come in, as terrorists can go aggressive as well and just start catching you in the rotations. Very difficult to recover from, and we do have a force buy from Vega Squadron here. I didn't get to catch a game yesterday. I'm going to assume JR is your performance. You have to force out for the second round. Like you said, it's the first time we've casted him. It's great the minor system brings these teams are not really very aware of, and I am going to talk over this round because there's not really much to report as of yet. There's going to be some mid-control coming in from Phelps. He actually takes down 2 of the players, and now we do have the CZs and PD50s on the remaining Vega Squadron side. Mid-control coming in, then need to overcommit. Wait for any sort of reactions coming in, just hold the choke points, and eventually you'll find another frag to come in.
My favorite reference to the opening segment was Shark Week.
Is it actually Shark Week?
No, I've never actually watched Shark Week. I just like watching social media talk about it.
Right, okay, fair.
That's what I do with most of my political updates, too. I just watch social media, and I'm fully informed.
Well, it's the best place to get news, arguably.
It's true.
Most up-to-date and most reasonable.
Speaking of social media, just follow me on Twitter, everyone. It's a good idea. Totally informed and up to
Matty
date.
T.
Yeah. Phelps did get tagged up on the highway, but he's done enough damage to assist. And Henny getting a kill onto Chopper. We found Henny immediately after, but his twin brother didn't like that, so revenge served. Leave my brother alone. That's what she's going to rotate back through Z, just trying to buy space if he can find the next kill, pick up a little bit of money on this pistol. Not a bad situation, and force reinvestment would have been an AK if he could have found bolts, but instead, it's the other way around. Then we go 2-0 for Immortals. They've lost 1 player in all of this.
Yeah, very simple round going forward. Number 3. This is a map I really like for the Immortals team. They actually talk about it in many interviews, especially when Steel joined the team as well. They're more focused on playing, not necessarily like a pug or a mix. They're kind of a looser playstyle. They're running the defaults. They've got some very, very talented players in terms of raw mechanical skill. A map like Cash lends itself to this sort of playstyle. You can run full defaults, push your best players up towards middle, stick as a unit, split the bomb sites in quite a simple fashion. Doesn't need deep execution. Yes, it does have the potential to do that, but you can rely on just, oh, look at this setup map. There's 5 players in sandbags. What is going on? Okay, they get the first kill as well.
I love it. This is so great. This is one of those guys, look, it's a full save. We're not going to do much. Let's do something that no one's ever seen. And oddly enough, it gets them 2 kills and an AK.
I was talking over that round like nothing was going to happen, but that was actually kind of interesting. I've got 2 kills here. It's not over. They haven't recovered the weapons just yet. They have found another headshot towards Lucas there. He does manage to recover, and it's not the end of the world. It's fine, but still...
So,
okay,
just to give you comparable situations that teams have done of higher pedigree in the past that have worked. Used to be in Inferno, you could stack up multiple players inside the pit, no one would know it. That's pretty common actually in post plants, but think about VP with their stack on the ramp to lower
cobble.
Mid and cobble. Yep, the snake as a lot of people call it. You peek out and all of a sudden there's 4 of them. And think about Astralis with the 3 players inside B on overpass. Yep, looking up and hailing down Zipex. And the thing is you get that first kill, or in the case of VP, you peek and all of a sudden there's just a swarm of players. It's a one and done. You don't do it often. It's a bit of a gimmick, but it catches people off. Nearly did there.
Nearly did. Got a bit interesting there. We go into the first gun round here, and look at this. We've pushed in towards the main entrance and middle. They're actually going to be boosting a player up. This is actually a really cool idea. Phelps has no idea what's going on. It's like a boost, but going around the other side, and they've got no idea, but somehow they get the kill. Henny's ready for it. Takes down Mur, and it will be the 5-on-4.
If I'm Mir, I'm asking Kishander to shoot inside of middle or make noise. He dropped down twice, they both turned.
Yeah.
As soon as he dropped onto the spools, they knew he was there. It was perfect position. You're right, good trigger discipline as well. But he's got to get his teammate to support him in that sense, or at least go with him. Let him wrap around red crate so when he drops down, they can both double peek.
Oh, definitely some good stuff coming in from the CT. To do get a kill in return, that's Chopper taking down Bolts. And we have a 4-on-3 at this point. No kits after that force by JR, though, with the AWP. Phelps, though, in a perfect position. Player with knife out. Going to get 2 potentially as well. Spots a second. Let's get towards A, boys. It can only be 1 there. Dropping out the whole back, and that G can't really do anything about that. And it will be Chopper left alone by himself. Here we go, then. Doesn't really have any grounds to go for this one. He will be holding up towards CD Spawn. M4 and a flashbang in hand. His teammate did have an AWP, but don't think that's recoverable. So he'll just be saving primary weapon now.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's some innovative stuff we're seeing, but we're also seeing it not really translate. Now, the first one, obviously, that's a gimmick. It's kind of fun. That one had massive potential. That boost inside middle from here. If he'd waited or gotten some distraction to get down, it could have worked out, especially if he sits and just waits on that red crate and they rotate back around. If they can somehow hold him off on the A side, so much potential, but it seems like they're almost, it's perhaps inexperienced saying, we've got this. Yeah, see, look, there's where he dropped. They instantly turned. Phelps was ready.
Oh, no, I'm not sure he's that ready.
He was definitely looking, I think, trying to still get a sound cue, but you're right, he wasn't looking the right direction, was he?
He wasn't scoped in looking at that. Like, he had maybe heard the footstep the last minute, but that wasn't, it wasn't like he was certain about it, right? Like, he had to just flick in there and just about save the day. Still, could have gone either way, I think. But still, 4-0 has to be a full eco at this point. 5-0, almost a certainty as we go to round number 5. USPs and a PT-50 for Chopper. I do like saying that name. It's quite a nice one, quite a satisfying one. Yeah.
Can you say it like Arnold? Every single time you have to say, Chopper!
No.
No, don't do that?
No.
All right, Lucas going to try and spray through smoke. Won't get it. But not a lot of aggression. No stack right back. That one sprays through. Lovely shot in return from Mir, who continues to be the dominant name that we're saying. He leads the way with 3 kills. Actually, I take that back. Chopper does. Either way, we're just getting rolling for them. 4-0 going to convert to 5 quite quickly. Lucas on 2 HP has to be careful. Just stay alive. Interestingly, they'll give him the op and let him run back and hold on to that while the rifle scope included. Smartly so, they switch it because it's mid where they are and they get caught out. They nearly dropped the bomb there too, which, well, they did, but nearly left it in a position that could have been awkward. Thankfully, Lucas still in position.
Number 6, we do have the potential for the AWPs now, and the full buy for Vega Squadron. They bring out the AWP on JR. Like we said, he was the player saving the second round. He's on 0 for 5 right now. Hasn't really got rolling, but certainly a chance now. We've seen some innovative stuff from Vega. I'd like to see him just do a nice full default round this time. Let's hold back and allow Immortals to actually work for the frags a little bit more instead of boosting up, pushing them, and allowing them to get that first pick. We've got Henny, of course, the star AWPer for Immortals. Let's see if we can open things up. Are we doing those crisscross smokes, you would say, towards middle, and the flashes and smokes go towards in. That's designed to give you mid control, and we'll see whether they can open up the map. So our 2 CDs there as well. They're going for another boost there. I did say, let's keep things default, but they want to be challenging. Lucas, presumably going to shut them down. Spots one of them. They can't get the kill, and 2 come in for Vega Squadron.
That's massive. He was actually in a perfect position inside of the smoke. Kashander catches him off as they go for the boost. He spotted the boost as well. He had the jump. He had everything going to his way despite being outpositioned, and suddenly it's all in the favor of Vega. Chopper's going to rotate around and catch off bolts as well. Good dynamic play from him to not stick in middle for too long after winning and securing those kills. No need to overextend. His steal will at least pull back on Mir. It's still a 4 versus 2. And interestingly enough, they were split the defense with now Chopper inside a middle, but 2 on B, which means there could have been execution potential. Smoke off on highway is going to isolate Kashander. Pucci's going to have to rotate back and stay passive and efficient, let his teammates get in. Smoke out, as with the flash and a Molotov. So Steel can't capitalize, and Henny missed shot. That might just do it for the round.
There it is. Vega finally posted around here at number 6. It looked like it was going to fall apart, though. They go for the boost towards middle. Lucas lines him up, spots him through the smoke as well. Goes to the full spread, expecting 2 kills to be coming in here. But his Chopper, from his POV, manages to swing out there, find the kill, and his teammates lending a hand as well. Very, very well done from them. And it seemed like a desperate situation, but somehow they come out on top as well. And we'll just go back towards A, find a couple of kills here or there, but ultimately quite a simple procedure for Vega Squadron, keeping 4 players alive. There is still reset potential here. They're investing in the grenades again. You can see they've got about maybe 2,500 average across the board, maybe a little bit less here and there, but they should be able to buy something. It's not the desperate situation it could be, but let's see what happens here as we go to round number 7. Yeah, we've got Henny. I think he's boosted on the white truck for now.
Yeah, he jumped himself up there. So
yeah, you're on top of someone's
yeah,
head.
He's got to get exactly, so you can see all the way over to the box. We should see how by power. Actually, very awkward exchange. Mir gets all the way up. He had his teammate to support as well. Hutchie was there if they pushed all the way through, but that exchange went down at the doorway, which means it could have been picked off and fallen back on the T side. Thankfully, it goes their way.
Indeed. Well, he goes down to 19 HP, but Lucas, I mean, Molotoving out the vents at this point, seeing if anyone will face towards mid. When you have the man advantage, the CTs, you don't really need to overcommit at this point. Trying to get some intel as JR there, manages to get away there, pulls off one shot, but almost had his head blown off by Lucas at that point. But they have got the mid control now, Immortals. It is the gateway for this map, and he just spotting towards short, seeing the cities want to rotate in. But at this point, like I was just saying, you don't really have to. Let them have mid, that's fine. You've got the man advantage.
Choppers as well, gonna relocate, sit back and try and hold off from Heaven. Elects to go inside the site instead. And they'll hear the vents bust out. Don't have position to work with that, because they've got both doors, two on either side. And Chopper's gonna watch to the right. JR watches to the left. JR is successful, Chopper not, but he's able to be successful in such a way that it gives him a chance to reset before Bolts gets in position to capitalize. A smoke out now on trees, going to give them a bit of room to work with. Need to get the bomb down quickly, though. 19 seconds, that's not so much the factor. Lots of time to plant, but more this. The fact that Kashander's already inside of the vent, so they don't have a post plant established. It leaves Bolts alone. They know as well that the planter is on the site. Has to be, so he's got to be there. Good pick up on the first, finds the second as well. 2 headshots, 4 HP. He's just got to hold it off, walks wide, but Pucci's able to prevail. He nearly missed enough shots to give the chance. Where's the kit? Grab the kit, grab the gun.
Don't panic. It's not picking. It's like a bug, isn't it? Did he have the kit already?
I think he must have already had one.
There is like a little bug where the kit doesn't pick up sometimes.
Just maybe see if... No, he must have, because that's still on the ground.
Yeah, I know there is a little bug that happens very rarely, but it's all fine regardless. You would have had the full defuse without it anyway, so it's not a big deal. But there it is, 5-2. And it will be Immortals now. Getting a couple of rounds in a row. The bomb goes down there, so I think we do have enough of a buy here for Immortals. They've got the all power once again. AK is there as well, but not so much in terms of utility. They're missing the Molotovs and some flashbangs as well. 3 smokes, actually making 4. We'll see whether that Henny, with this decent spawn towards middle, can actually find the first shot. It's more than likely he'll go towards the mid warehouse, but I think he'll be boosted up very quickly here. We'll see what happens. As he'll almost certainly be going up and looking for the first pick.
I was half wondering if maybe we missed it. Good shot from both. If there's 2 kits identically duplicated on top of each other from falling, that would have been an interesting situation. But Lucas going to try and get a shot through that smoke, back away. They've already established the first kill and a little bit of damage on a Chopper. He's been quick on his rotations. Keep that in mind, but right now with his position and smoke gone inside of the checker room, he's got to be very careful on how he wants to move away from this. Instead, they'll go more aggressive, and as a result of him getting aggressive, they bring JR up to cover off the back entrance. It's going to be him that takes down Bolts as well, just through the edge of the wall. That's then canceled out. 3 versus 3. Chopper's trying to find the next kill as Chopper gets inside the vents and backs away. They did eventually get the boost in after JR found the kill. Watch Hutchie. He's now locked Phelps in. Smart position to back away to the wall, because then he's got him pinned in. Whether he goes vents or backs up, he spots him.
Well then, 2-on-2, still in a decent position towards city spawn as well. Open plan. This is looking very, very good for Immortals. The retake is on. We have got an AWP. Chopper meets his demise there. Not really much he can do about it. Great positioning from still. Leaves Vega into a 2-on-1 situation. JR with the AWP smoked out. Pretty much round over for him at this point. Does what he can. Push through that smoke. Still finds a couple of frags there. Good work from him. Like good instincts to push towards city spawn when he finds that kill towards the highway.
Yeah, great position on him in general to get to truck as well. Very good round.
Well then,
they're so commonly wearing hats, the twins, that I always forget how curly their hair is.
It's true. Like it's strange. Like it's hard to recognize them with that. So like every single game you see them with that, right?
Yep.
Well then, it's going to be an eco. I think a pause comes in. I'm assuming tactical. I can see a little bit of conversation going on. It could be technical as well. I'm not 100% sure. Matthew, what's your guess?
Everyone's kind of looking over to
they look a bit confused, don't they?
So that could be technical. We'll find out. Someone will tell us. Don't worry, Henry.
I do worry.
That's our trick in the end. No, so someone dropped. Yeah, it is technical. They were all gazing toward the right. There you go, where the admins are standing right now. So I'm sure it'll be sorted. That's our trick, though, Henry. We don't actually know that much. We just have 1,000 little birds whispering in our ear.
Oh, there you go.
They even tell me what to say.
What, word for word?
Word for word.
Well, that's why it's a little bit difficult to understand sometimes.
Exactly. I was thinking you were going to go the other way and give them credit, not me. Thank you.
Well, there you go. 6-2, and it is a technical timeout. A chance for us to catch our breath and kind of look at what's happened so far. Great start from Immortals, actually going 5-0 up. Then we did find a couple of rounds from Vega Squadron. They get 2 in a row, but ultimately the money wasn't in a fantastic place. It hasn't had time to swell as of yet, so they lose that round. 2 versus 1 in the end. It's still stepping up. It will be an eco. And we are back into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Round number 9 on cash. Immortals, certainly the heavy favourites here. Vega Squadron beat CLG yesterday. That was actually, I guess that's a bit of an upset. I guess just because we don't know that much about Vega Squadron, we don't expect CLG to go very deep in this tournament, but still, the fact that Vega won that game, they're a more known team, CLG, so I guess that still counts as an upset, right?
I would have said that was CLG's best chance to get a win, and
the fact they beat Renegades today.
I was just going to say, up until about, match point for Renegades, I was thinking that was true.
Yeah.
Somehow they pulled that back. That was pretty miraculous.
That was
give
cool.
them credit.
That was nice. 15-5 to come back. Not bad.
Well, Phelps has already made his way inside of it. Only after the technical timeout. That was always going to be the case. As money gone. Tried to get 4 inside of the A site, worked a bit of a stack, but having mid presence as they did, it was quite quick to find 1 kill, but only 1. Bolts now needs to be aware of the fact that they're rotating back out of A main. He is fully aware as well as he swings out on highway, catches off Mir, and it's Huchi going back over toward the truck position, but segregated from his teammate. JR, who's pushing up toward the B tunnels. Lovely shot to start it off. This actually looks all right. If he can get into a position, get that rifle. The problem is that, yeah, Lucas is already on highway, so he's not going to have the range game with the CZ. If he had gotten to that AK, it might have been different.
Yeah, you had the aim punch there working against him. You have no armor. Not really much you can do as soon as you hit a receive a bullet to the chest. Aim goes to the sky, and that's it. Lucas finds a final kill there. And it'll be 7-2. They managed to in a decent position now for the Vega Squadron. We'll see what they can do going into round number 10. It's Immortals. They're starting to run away with this one. If you're not 100% aware as to how Cash operates as a map, it's quite balanced in terms of it's not like a very CT-sided or T-sided affair. Good score, like 8-7 for either side. Like, you're not really too worried if it gets to that point. If you are starting to run away from the T side, though, I would say you normally want to start CT on this map because you can kind of set yourself a score. You're aiming to win it overall, but right now it's not looking too good for Vega Squadron. They have gone for a buy here. I'm going to have a look what's some money left over. It's okay, it's a partial buy around the 3K mark, so that's fine. They're getting themselves to the first aid loss bonus next round. So a couple of UMPs here, Deagle, CZ, and we'll see whether they can actually deliver the goods here. Maybe a flashbang in towards A main as JR sneaks in. He's in on the USP, though. Not really too much he can do here, but he might find himself in a position where they just run past him, and he's going to be joining the rush himself. Can he make anything happen here?
Oh, JR, lovely aim. Huchi's going to help him out with the UMP. Doubly so, takes down Steel. Backs away down the tunnel. Inside Squeaky. Gives up position on bomb in doing so, but stays alive, more importantly, to allow Chopper to get over to the mix. That's interesting as he tries to fire through and find potentially a sound cue. I'm not sure exactly where he was trying to spot on that, but they've got the bomb back. That's the more important aspect as Chopper. He's going to wait this out because he's lost information. His teammate being out of the mix, or at least out of vision so long, means that in turn he doesn't have the information either, so Chopper's not sure if they push back that middle. Hence a quick peek to check. He's still only spotted 1, and Immortals have patience in this. 52 seconds. They've now got the advantage inside of the site. Henny as well looking to highway. Now that scope will be heard. Striking now! That's the sickest possibility. I was going to say Huchi could bust through the door because Phelps had left the site, but that's even better. Listens to the sound cue to perfection. 3 kills in the round, 2 massive ones, and that one no larger. As Phelps is going to sit and wait, does have the lineup. Chopper relays the information though, and Huchi gets aggressive. Could have sat back potentially, but it's Phelps that wins the duel.
That wallbang with the UMP, have you ever seen anything like it? You were pointing it out. You can hear the scope like clicking in as he scopes around the map. But to him to go for the wallbang here with a UMP, this is absolutely nuts. He's got 100 HP as well with head armor, and he takes him down. Yes, the UMP has got like high armor penetration, but certainly not for a door. That's insane. I've not seen anything like that in quite a while. Pretty cool stuff. And unfortunately, he doesn't win the round. Failed to recover, but that was really, really cool regardless. Well then, good awareness from Vega Squadron, but not being able to deliver around here. It was a partial buy, to be fair. They would have full guns this time. They've damaged the economy, at least, of Immortals. So into round number 11, there's an open hand to JL once again. He's been very quiet so far. Let's see whether he can start posting numbers here. As we go into this one, it's going to be a 3-man stack towards middle. This is the first time I think we've seen this in the CT. They've sent 2 there. They've gone for those boosts every now and then, but actually showing some firm commitment to this area now.
So Phelps and Lucas posted in mid, and on top of mid, if you want to call the boost that, respectively. Mir's going to wait it out behind the white box. He's got a flash to throw in their direction, but they're not pushing through just yet. Shandon's got the more important role. Lovely response. That pipe above his head saves him, and it's surprising that Lucas doesn't get the information relay quick enough because, okay, Henny, calm down. He actually goes down without being traded back. So Kashander with 2 kills is able to fall away, and more importantly, on top of that, they're going to swing Veer up into the corner. Or rather, I'd say Veer, sorry. Old Tribe's player I used to play against, Mir instead. And he's going to push through and catch off bolts.
Well,
living my glory days, rolling back the years, as you would say.
Yes, I would say. You certainly are rolling them back and then some of that game. Anyway, 4-on-2. And yes, Vega Squadron adjust. They go towards middle and then they can keep going. There's aggression as well. Immortals getting shut down left, right, and center. Just still remaining now in a 4-on-1. Surely it'll be Vega's round. At this point, they don't want to give any kills away. You've got the bomb down. Let's start rotating that position. No one needs to go hunting for this frag. Even to let them survive is probably fine because you know you need the money a little bit more than the Immortals. So at this point, it's going to be one player isolated. That's Chopper towards the Sunroom now. Still very good in these fragging situations. He's only got 15 seconds, though. They need to waste as much time as possible. Wants to give his kill away for free, it seems. 10 seconds remain.
Yeah, it's not likely. It's already done. They don't need to beat this. They will. Give away guns, why not? Bomb's not going to be planted. Oh, Steve, don't shoot him, don't shoot him. Go for him now, but no one's in an angle to do so because if they kill him now, no money.
The fact he's got away with that one, he did survive, just so you know. The fact it's a 4-on-1, and he's got 2 kills inside the AWP, that's a bit of a nightmare for them. Like, they either need to do one or the other. Either really hunt him down or let him just rot with the AK and go into the next round. But now they've got that AWP here. It wasn't the best situation in terms of the money, but they have got the AWP. Henny, the star player, as we said before, he can certainly open up the map for the Immortals here, and it's not a great situation for Vega. See, MP7 in the hands there. All for JR, sure, but if they lose this round, they're going to be on the reset here. The wall bangs come in. We've seen a couple of these be successful recently. Did Hutchie actually get hit through that one? Where's he playing?
Ooh,
no, he was just towards the other side of the map.
Yeah, that would have been a nade.
Fine.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
It's one we saw that actually last week in Anaheim. Shandu this time won't get away with being in mid. He walks through, he's blinded up partially, and Deagle to the face from Lucas will now allow them to take over the vet position. That means potentially a split onto B, but that's what the thought is. That's what the rotation is. Instead, it's going to be onto A, and Bolt takes down Mir. They can hold off this rotation even longer. Bomb's already going to be planted. Default, a lovely fake. Sold, delivered. Faster than UPS. They ship that onto the A site. It's all of a sudden going to be Lucas to take down JR. Chopper, make a decision. You want that M4? Doesn't matter. MP7 from far.
Luke is doing such a good job, though, with the Desert Eagle. He pushes through middle, and he gets that first kill coming in. Here's a replay right now. There's only an MP7 he picks up there, but you can see the CTs have no idea what's going on at that point. He's made such a distraction. He gets in towards the vent. He's causing chaos absolutely everywhere. They can't rotate towards CT spawn. They can't get to the A site, and he finds the final kill there as well with the SMG. Good work. Picks up an AWP to finish things off. A bit of a dream round there, and like I said, a lot of reset potential for Vega in that previous one. Didn't really get rolling there. Lucas decimates them with the Deagle there, and it's going to be round number 13, and I think this is the force by Matt. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, full investment here. Gone down to $0. So they're going into the CZs. The UMP very unlikely can win this round. Have to go for the aggressive push here. I'm pretty sure Steeler's aware of this. Should be able to get this kill all day long. Goes down to 6 HP, but does pick it up.
You gotta admire a man like Kashander who just says, every single round I'm gonna be a pest and start pushing. But at some point, you have to wonder if he's just too persistent and headstrong, and when are they going to back off and try something different? To be fair, pistols this time around, I'm not going to blame him for that. Yeah, well, next round, we're going to see.
He heard him spamming through the smoke at that point. You're just waiting for that reload queue, and then hopefully you can get him and drop him there, but still in a good position. He was safe regardless. It's the frag, and he did have an AK before, but he swapped over to the AWP because he's low HP. He just wants to sit back and hold an angle. But here we go then. 5-on-2, Chopper and Hutchie. And this was a force by Matt, so next round in terms of the loss bonus, they're only at first stage, so they're going to be 10-3 down and another full eco coming in, so they're in a world of trouble right now.
Yeah,
this half's pretty much done after this.
Just to point out something very minor.
Go on.
Where that bomb has been planted on the B site.
Oh yeah.
It's a really cool plant, actually, and it gives us something to talk about. It's very simple. I'm sure a lot of people know this. Where it's planted right in front of that dummy, you can actually go a little bit closer to that target. And it actually confuses a lot of people because defaults are in the back of the site. When you walk in from the front, you don't see it, and it's very common that people run by it and then go, oh wait, it's out front. And sometimes, as they try and hunt down these pistols, and they'll do so fairly successfully, they get one kill Chopper to go over the bank. That'll help Hutchie as well. Sometimes if there's, let's say, a tight situation where you've just clutched a one-on-one and you've got to get a clap past the fuse, if people overlook it, there you go. Detonated. So in matchmaking, if you have a chance,
yeah,
if it's
sure,
completely safe.
It's the thing, like planting there, when the CTs are going for retakes and stuff, if you die in that situation, it's like, guys, we just lost the bomb.
Well, that's the thing. You do it when you know you're absolutely safe. Yeah. Look, I just said we had something to talk about. I was trying to fill space.
It.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Well, then, like I said, If you want something to talk about, Matt, it's the economic situation for Vega Squadron. It's in the absolute bin right now. It's 10-3 down. They're only going to get $2,400 into the next round, so that's enough to get the M4s out, but they can't really justify a single penny invested into this. It will be just 1P to 50 and a lot of damage inflicted at the start of the round. She goes under 37. Chanda's taking some as well, but there it is. Lucas finds the first headshot, and it will always be Henny just bullying them and backing up his teammates as they start to engage towards shore here. Phelps finds another, but Chanda takes him down. As he said, he always seems to be a pest. As we go into the final kill here, 11-3. And a pretty simple procedure for Immortals there. They know the money's been fully reset, didn't have to work too hard for it. Final round, I would say Vega Squadron desperately need this one. That's pretty accurate at this point. You've got not really much money to work with. It's 11-3 down. You're in a CT half of cash. If you don't get more than 3, that means if you lose the pistol in the second half, pretty much game over at that point. That could be a 3-0 right there. And in fact, pretty much the game. So let's see what they can do. No kits, no orbs, no incendiaries, and 5 M4s.
5 smokes, though. That's one thing they could rely on. Out of spawn, standard 2-1-2 split.
Lucas at the spawn. Just running straight through.
That's impressive. Chander's actually waiting for it. So nearly gets caught off, but again, they get mid-pressure so quickly. Phelps is already up behind White Box.
I like that a lot. Obviously, you know, they're not going to have the AWP, and it's very uncommon for someone to run through the smoke like that. Use the CT, put that smoke down, just to say, okay, well, that's stopped the rush now. Good nade to still get the first pick. He does find him there and murder some damage from the grave. Well, there it is, a 4-on-4, but still a huge advantage for the Immortals at this point. CT's running out of utility very rapidly. Same story for Immortals, though. They can hold up. As the CT smoked them out of B story for now, but this boosted events could actually work out very nicely. Chopper, and he gets 2 kills somehow.
That's sick. That shot on Lucas to respawn instead of just tunnel visioning on the first player he sees is pretty nuts.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much saved the round there. Said something had to go very much in their favor, and Chopper finds it. Just about 6 HP.
Bit of a misread from Bolts, just Chopper comes back out after JR hit him backside. He didn't know exactly where it came from. Response from Henny, tries to move him with a Molotov. Force him out of position and catch him off with a Tech 9. You get the round, Vega, the one you desperately needed, 11-4. And all things considered, a good result. That started off with first pick against them, but that nade.
Lovely stuff.
Couldn't really get it much closer if you tried. That's Tiger Woods hole-in-one. That shot.
Great awareness and great spray control to actually bring it down to like foot level of the player. Actually shooting, take that to second and recover. It was a big round, 11-4. Still a lot of work here, an absolute mountain to climb here for the Russian side. But let's see what they can do as we get into the second half. Immortals are probably feeling very confident right now. Like I said, 4, it's doable now. 12-3, not so much, I would say. There's actually quite a disparity between those scorelines, believe it or not. Like I